Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This is going to be part 2, and this is going to be picking a style for your Magic deck. So as you can see, I have sorted all of my cards. Well, not all of them, most of them are here. I got my 5 colors: white, blue, black, red, and green. Then I've got artifacts or colorless ones. There are some other ones that are colorless that aren't artifacts, but that's all I have right now. And I've also got a pile for my dual colored ones. I've got some Celestia ones from Return to Ravnica, and I've just got some other ones here. Then I've got my land cards. These are the non-basic lands, such as like Evolving Wilds, Ghost Quarter, Grove of the Guardian, stuff like that. And then last pile is about half of my lands. Lands aren't, lands you don't really need to do a whole lot. They're easy to go through. So anyways, starting off, you get everything sorted. Great way to start. You can kind of see what you have, and you're gonna want to decide how do you want to play. What color is it that you like the most? Which one do you have the most of? Do you have the most options? And then also, what do the cards have a good synergy between them? Meaning, can you pull off combos with them? Do they work well together? Stuff like that. I mean, with the black here, I have a ton of black, and I'm going to be building a black deck. And when I started out, I had a whole bunch of black cards, but a lot of them were like random vampires and zombies. Well, I want to build a zombie deck, but until I got more cards, they didn't really work together very well. So now that I got some more cards there, I'll be able to put together a zombie deck the way I wanted to. You gotta kind of decide by color, more or less, because usually you have either one color, 2 colors, mixed. Once you get more than 3 colors, it gets kind of hard. You're taking more control, and you're gonna have less weaknesses, but you're really risking not being able to pull the right cards when you need them, and not being able to have the right lands to pay for them. So we start with a white. White is angels, spirits, humans, a lot of flying, and it's a lot about unity and healing and teamwork. A lot of the human units work, they boost themselves when there's more humans out on the field. The angels, like I said, flying and health, obviously. Get into your blue, you're going to have more of the birds and spirits and alchemists. A lot of water-based here, and these decks are heavily based on drawing lots of cards and making your opponents discard a lot of cards. They mainly try to run your opponents out of cards, and that's called milling. And also giving yourself a really good arsenal. They're usually control decks. They tend to be more spell oriented, at least from what I've seen. Your black is going to be your zombies, your vampires, and some spirits as well. They're really based around death, undead, reviving things from the graveyard, and just a little bit on discarding cards. A lot of just going through and pulling cards right back from your graveyard, which is kind of what I want to do. Moving on to red here. Red is fire, demons, and vampires as well. Black and red share the vampire theme. These ones are a little bit more rogue and attacking. Red is like a burn deck. It's meant for direct damage, and basically they're really fast, and you try and just deal as much direct damage as you can. Like Gang of Devils here. When Gang of Devils dies, it deals 3 damage to target creatures or players. And they also have like Searing Spear, Pillar of Flame, which deals damage just directly to either a creature or a player. Mainly you're just trying to bring their life down to 0, because they don't have a lot of super strong creatures such as the green decks. So late game they kind of can run dry, and if you can't get rid of your opponents fast, you kind of become a sitting duck. We're going to move into green. Green is all about big, heavy creatures. Monsters, there's hunters, werewolves and stuff tend to be in here as well. And it's all oriented around nature, and the forest is their land, and the elves especially as well. and also about growth. A lot of these cards get stronger with 1/1 counters. Especially I have a lot of morbid ones. If a creature died that turn, then it will be able to put like 2 1/1 counters on it. A lot of these give you extra mana. And like this guy's a 6/5 for 4. He's a 6/4 for 6. You got some really big ones. They also have trample is probably their biggest benefit, especially with their large creatures. And you're going to move into artifacts here. Artifacts are just kind of either attachments or like I've got a shield here and a mask, and that just gives them bonuses to their damage. The shield lets the creature block twice. A lot of them are boosts. A lot of them are like this one. Target player puts the bottom card on his library, or from his library into the graveyard. If it's a creature card, you put a 2/2 black zombie token onto the battlefield. So a lot of them are just kind of general artifacts. Like this one gives you mana of any color, stuff like that. This one's actually an artifact creature, Warden of the Wall. When it's not your turn, Warden of the Wall is a 2/3 gargoyle artifact creature with flying. So you can really do some cool stuff with those, and those are colorless, so you don't need any specific type of mana. And we're going to get into our dual colored. I've got a lot of Celestia in here. I got a Celestia deck from one of my friends. That's green and white, and those, they really pull on the strengths of both colors and help benefit those. So those are always nice if you're running a dual deck. Your land cards here. Evolving Wilds is really nice to have if you have a dual color deck, because you can play it and then sacrifice it and look for a basic land card that you need and then throw it onto the battlefield. So if you are running like a mixed deck or a dual deck and you're not getting the ones you need, you get one of these and you can go through and find something you need. And then I've also got some of these other ones like Vault of the Archangel. Actually lets you give your creatures Death Touch and Lifelink if you pay the cost and tap it. Some of these other ones have similar things. You can only have 4 of any type of card except for basic lands, so that includes these regular lands. You can only have 4 of these, so keep that in mind. And then basic lands, you're going to want these: islands, swamps, mountains, forests, and plains to produce. Surprisingly, you don't have any plains in that one, but they produce mana and allow you to cast your spells. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take a look and decide, what do I want to do? I want to have a zombie deck that I can just keep pulling guys from the graveyard and just keep attacking, and that's what I'm going to be building for you guys. I'll probably do some other builds as well. But yeah, so just go through your cards, sort them all, figure out how you want to play. If you got a favorite color, you got a favorite type. I know green is always a really good color to start out with. It's usually a pretty straightforward build compared to some of the other ones. You kind of got to know how the game works a little bit better, but this is just what I do. I sort everything out, find maybe 1, 2 colors, see what I can do with them, see which cards match up, and we will get into setting up the deck in the next video. So thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in.